I think the audience, we will see the comments here actually. So we are on live now, right now. So I
Okay.
think within soon, like the audience will start joining with us.
Okay.
So
Sounds
we'll
good.
just waiting like for a couple of seconds so that like audience they will join us
Okay.
then, because I can see the number. There is already three people. So
Okay. Sounds good.
yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
Hello
So
to
they
them.
will start joining us.
Okay, great. Well, what I'm gonna do actually in the meantime, uh, oh, we have a comment. Hi, Sajid.
Interested? Send me details. Okay. Hope you will, Shajid. Hope you will know all of the details. Like if you are following us over the Facebook Live, so hope we will give you all of the answers. And feel free to ask if you have any queries. So maybe we can start actually like then anyway they will know about us. And so
Mhm.
good afternoon and good evening from JRK International Education Consultants. This is Avijit here, founder and CEO of JRK International Education Consultants. Today we have a special guest with us here today. I have two special guests with me today. One is Anik, another one is Megan. They both are from Thomas More University, which is located in Belgium. So today, basically, we will focus about studying Belgium and mostly about Thomas More University. So, Anik, could you please introduce yourself for the
Yeah.
audience, please?
So, welcome everybody. My name is Anik, and I'm the program manager for all the international programs at Thomas More. So, and I'm available today to listen to your questions and to give an answer as soon as possible. Thank you for joining us.
So then,
And
Megan, could you please introduce yourself?
yes, definitely. Hi, my name is Megan Briggs, and I work at Thomas More in the international support team. So we work with international students coming to Belgium, and I'll tell you a little bit about that during the presentation. I'm really happy you guys could all join us today.
Thank you, Megan.
You're welcome.
So, so then maybe could you please start the presentation?
Yes. All right. So as Avijit mentioned, we are Thomas More University of Applied Sciences. And today I'm going to tell you a little bit about, first of all, where Thomas More is. So spoiler alert, it's in Belgium. And then about some of the benefits of studying in Belgium for you, for your future, a few facts and figures about Thomas More, the programs that we offer, the international experiences that are part of those programs. We'll take a look at some practical information like the admission requirements, tuition fees, living costs, and then also talk a bit about how we support you as students coming to Belgium to study at Thomas More. So as I mentioned, Thomas More is located in Belgium, which is in Western Europe. And our location is really nice for our students because it gives you really easy access to a lot of different capital cities within Europe. So you can very easily by plane or train go to Amsterdam, London, Paris, Brussels. And this is a really good base for you to discover Europe. And it also is really great for students when they're looking to network during their studies and also for looking for internships or jobs once you graduate. And we have a lot of different student organizations as well that organize trips on the weekend to go and see some of these different cities. So that's also something really nice for our students. More specifically, Thomas More is located in the Flemish or the Flanders region of Belgium, and all of our campuses are located in the province of Antwerp. So on this slide, you'll see to the left is a map of Belgium with the Belgian flag, and then a pop out to the right of the province of Antwerp where all of our campuses are located. If you see a little star, those are the campuses where all of our English programs are taught. Um, and I'll tell you a bit more about those in a moment. Uh, Thomas or Belgium is a really great place to study for a lot of different reasons. First of all, we have a very highly ranked education system in Belgium. So, when you come here, you'll get a very high quality education. We also have easy access to a lot of different international experiences for our students. So, for example, we're located very close to Antwerp, which is one of the largest ports in all of Europe. And then we are also, of course, located very close to Brussels. And that's really nice for students to be able to benefit from everything the European capital has to offer. You have a lot of, again, networking, internship opportunities because of that. And also, Belgium is a multilingual country. So as I mentioned, Thomas More is located in the Dutch-speaking part of Belgium. But really, if you don't speak any Dutch at all, you don't have to worry. People in this area speak English very well, so you can definitely get around fine just with English. We do offer Dutch courses in our program. So if you want to learn Dutch, then you definitely will have the opportunity to do that as well. The other languages in Belgium are French and a small part that speaks German as well. So very multilingual country. So at Thomas More, we have about 19,000 students, and they come from more than 72 different nationalities. We also have about 1,800 staff members. Because of how diverse our student body is, you'll definitely have a 100% international experience at Thomas More. Even in the classroom, working on group projects, you'll already have a chance to interact with people from other cultures and learn those intercultural communication skills that are so important. It's more specifically about the education system in Belgium. These are all the different kinds of degrees, but the ones that we offer at Thomas More, we offer bachelor's degrees. So these ones that you see in orange are the ones that we offer. We have 3-year bachelor's degree programs. So those are 6 semesters, 180 credits, and we have 31 Dutch taught bachelor's degree programs and 12 English taught programs. But we're also adding new programs as time goes on. So if you're looking to start your studies in a couple of years, keep in mind that we could be adding even more options for you in the future. We also have something called an abridged bachelor's degree. This is a 1-year program in 2 semesters, and it's meant for students who already have a bachelor's degree in a related field. I'll talk a little bit more about what exactly that is in a moment. And then we also have our postgraduate certificate programs, which are either 1 or 2 semesters. And we have 3 of those which we offer in English. And I'll get to that in a moment. But if we first just look at an overview of all the different programs that we offer, they're in 4 different areas. So we have business and tourism, media and communication, tech and IT, and people and health. A couple important things about the way we teach at Thomas More. It's definitely a very practice-based approach to learning. So don't just expect to be sitting in the classroom taking notes all the time. You'll definitely have a chance to get out, do the work that you're studying to do once you graduate, working on projects with real companies, working in different labs, and having equipment if you're in one of those programs where you really make something. So that's really nice way for our students to be able to get out there and get that experience while they're studying. If one of these programs jumps out at you and you say, okay, I really want to know more about that, please feel free to reach out to Avijit after the presentation. You can even write in the comments if there's a program that you'd like me to talk a little bit more about. And if you send us your email address, we'll be happy to also send you more information that way. So these are our 3-year bachelor's degrees that are taught in English. You'll also see that the media and entertainment business program and the orthopedic technology program will be available as of 2021.
Megan,
Oh, sorry.
I have a question to you. So,
Of course.
can you have shown bachelor programs? So, can students do all of the bachelor programs on coming? Let's say September 2020 is not really good time, to be honest. Due to the current pandemic.
Of
But
course.
can students join on all of the programs for February 2021 intake? If you could confirm.
Actually, they don't all have a February intake. I'm just going to skip ahead here quickly because I have a list here. So
Yeah, sure.
um, this is the breakdown of the academic year. And all of
Okay.
our bachelor's degrees can start in September, like you said, but then there's 4 options that also have an optional February start date. So business and trade, tourism and leisure, communication and media, and data science, protection and security.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's, yeah, definitely something to keep in mind if you're worried about the coronavirus situation and you think maybe you can't get your student visa in time for September, then definitely consider that February option.
Okay. So
Thank you
basically,
for your
there are
question.
some programs where students can join from February intake, right?
Yes, sorry, can you repeat your question?
So basically, then there are some programs where students still can join from February intake,
Exactly,
2020
yes,
2021. Okay, all right.
exactly. Yeah.
Good to know.
So, but yeah, definitely good to keep that in mind so you don't get too stressed out about the situation.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So those are our 3-year bachelor's degree programs. And as I mentioned before, we also have several short or abridged bachelor's degrees. With these programs, if you already have a bachelor's degree in a related field of study, then you can get a second bachelor's degree in just 1 academic year. So for example, if you have already a bachelor's degree in business management, then you could come to Thomas More and you could do a 1-year program in tourism and leisure and add that extra skill set on. Another advantage of doing one of these programs would be the fact that you get to come to Belgium and you get to network in that environment to also build up your professional network as well. And then we also have our postgraduate certificates, as I mentioned before. These are meant for students as also who already have a bachelor's degree or a master's degree in a related field. As I mentioned already, we have a really strong international focus in our English programs.
Yeah.
Our students have a lot of different opportunities to not just come to Belgium. You won't just be coming to Belgium if you study at Thomas More. You'll really have opened the door to the entire world. You have different international projects in some programs where you might go for a week to another country with some classmates and do a project. We also have opportunities for study exchanges and internships. And we really guide students through those processes. So we have a database with different companies and partner universities that you can choose from. And we have coordinators who help you along the way. But you can see on this slide some of the places that our students have gone to. So
Mhm.
really all over the world. It's really great opportunity for them. And when you graduate, you can already have that international experience on your CV, which is very important.
So Megan, regarding this show, actually, like for how long can they go for the exchange? Actually, is it for 1 semester or is for 1 year?
It
So if
depends on the program, but I believe that it's in most of them maximum 1 semester for the study exchange. And then
okay,
if you did your internship abroad, so I think all programs have an internship in the final semester of the study. And you can choose to do that in Belgium or to go to another country. So if you did that abroad as well, then you would spend 2 semesters abroad. Yeah.
so I have a question regarding the internship as well.
Yeah.
Regarding the internship, is it like university they arrange the internship, or students they will have to arrange it by themselves, or you have some collaboration with some companies all over the world? Could you
It
please elaborate?
It's kind of a mix of all of those things. So we do have
Okay.
some companies that we've worked with in the past and that really know our students. And then students also are welcome to find their own internship. So if you have your own professional connection, or you find your own company that you're really interested in, then that's also possible. Yeah. But we try to coach the students through it. So yes, the student is responsible for finding their own internship, but we also have coordinators who can help the students along the way, give them advice, things like that.
All right. Good to know.
Yeah, great question. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Um, okay. And we also have some different admissions requirements. It's honestly pretty straightforward. When you want to study at Thomas More, we don't make you jump through a lot of hoops. You just need to meet two requirements. You need to have at least a B2 level of English, and then you also need to have a secondary school diploma. For the language requirements, you can, on our website, thomasmore.ve, you can find the different language tests that we accept and which score you need to, what the minimum score is you need to get on that test for the admissions process. Good to keep in mind as well is that with the coronavirus situation, we have decided to accept the online versions of the TOEFL and IELTS exams. And you can find more information on our website about that. And then for the secondary school diploma, it's a diploma that would give you access to higher education in the country where you obtained the diploma. If you have any questions about that, you're not sure about what if you have meets our requirements, then please do reach out and we'll be happy to take a look and let you know. And for the application itself, you can do it online. Just go to our website and you can upload your documents there. Even if you don't have your diploma yet, for example, you can already start the application process and then you can upload those documents later. I know you mentioned that September 2020 is getting really close, but we don't actually have a application deadline. So students can still apply to our programs. Obviously, there are some issues as far as like getting your student visa and things like that. You need to make sure you have enough time to get all of those documents, but there is no official deadline. So you can do it all the way up until September. Yeah, so yeah, we try to take a low stress approach is what we say to the whole application process. And so we already took a quick look at this before. This is our academic calendar. So you can see the first fall semester starts in September, mid-September. I believe this year is the 22nd of September. And then the second semester will start in February. All of our bachelor's degrees have a September start date, but as I mentioned before, you have 4 programs that also offer an optional February start date. And then our International Teacher and Space and Service Design postgraduates start in September, and the Content Strategy and Customer Experience postgraduate starts in February. So that's a little rundown of the academic year. You can see some different holidays. We have exam periods in January and June as well. Of course, very important, the tuition fees and scholarship possibilities. So for our bachelor's degree programs, you can see here on the left is the tuition fee actually depends on your nationality. If you come from a country within the European Economic Area, then you pay this fee, 947 euros per academic year. And then if you come from a country outside of the European Economic Area, you do have a different tuition fee. So it's about 6,200 euros. The nice thing, though, if you're from outside of Europe, you do have a possibility to get a scholarship as of the second semester of your studies. So if you do well on your first exam period in January, then you'll automatically get that reduction, and then you'll pay a reduced tuition fee in that next semester. So a good incentive to do well on your exams, of course. And that's automatic, so students don't need to apply for it or anything.
That's really good, Otherwise, everyone can write a motivation letter, and sometimes they just Google and write a motivation letter.
Yeah.
The fact is, you just have to perform well.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little
You don't
bit.
have to do anything else. You just perform well, then you will get your scholarship automatically. That's easy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We don't want to make you jump through a bunch of hoops for that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You already worked hard enough to get your good grades, so.
Exactly. That's really good. And it's a good motivation, because sometimes some of these students I know they're really good students, but because of some reasons, maybe in their previous life, previous study, they couldn't, get very good score.
Yeah, exactly. So now you have the opportunity to.
You are not thinking about that. You are just thinking about present. So
Exactly.
I mean, whatever they did before, it doesn't matter. As soon as they will be in Thomas More University, they will have to study well, and then they can achieve their scholarship.
Yeah.
That's really great, actually.
Yeah, and when you come and do a great job here, we'll never know what that you didn't study in the past. It all
Yeah,
starts
exactly.
from
You
new,
know,
right?
that's really good.
Yeah,
That's really
exactly,
great.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Go ahead, please.
yeah. So then we have for our postgraduate certificate programs, then we have a different fee system. So this is once again, though, based on your nationality. So for the European Economic Area students, it would be the price on the left. From outside of there, the price you see on the right. For our space and service design program, we do have quite a few different scholarship opportunities. So if you're interested in that program, please do reach out to us. You can send us your email address in the chat box, or through Avijit. You can reach out to us to see what kind of scholarship you could be eligible for that program. So those are all of our tuition fees and scholarships. Another really important thing, obviously, is the living costs. So here we have a few different examples, estimates of what you could expect to pay per month. Of course, especially for the accommodation, it does depend a little bit on what you choose. If you say, okay, I don't mind sharing a kitchen with other students or something, then you could pay less than for someone who would, say, want to have their private studio, something like that.
Mhm.
It also depends on which city you choose to live in. So if you live in the city where one of our campuses is located, it will generally be a little bit less expensive than if you were to live in Brussels or Antwerp. So that's also nice. And a really cool thing about studying in Belgium too is that as a student, with your student ID card, you can qualify for a lot of different student discounts throughout the country at restaurants. If you go to the cinema, for example, you'll pay about €5 less than a non-student. So that's really nice. And then, of course, last but definitely not least, we really are dedicated to supporting all of our students. And we do realize that international students need a little bit of extra support because, of course, it can be challenging, adjusting to that new country, that new environment. So we help students when they arrive in Belgium to get from the airport or the train station to their final destination. Right now, with the coronavirus situation, we're not totally sure if that will be an option in September. But if we can't pick you up, then we will help you beforehand to plan your journey, how you can get from the airport. We also have a buddy program. So if you want to sign up for that, then when you come, you have a local buddy who already knows the ropes and they can show you around. They can also help you plan your journey from the airport as well. And they can help you with language. For example, if you need to go to the
Mhm.
town hall and you need someone who can speak Dutch, they can go with you and they can act as your translator. So that's really nice. We also have a really active international student community with the student organizations. So they plan a lot of different social activities, and it's a really great way to get to know all of the other students. Especially right now, it's so important because a lot of our students are at home studying due to the COVID-19 situation. And these student organizations, they plan a lot of different virtual events so to make sure that the students can still interact with each other. So that's really nice. We also have subsidized meals on campus, so the price is a bit lower for students for that. And we offer things like bike rentals. If you want to rent a bike while you're here, you can do that through Thomas More. And we also have a lot of different services for different situations. For example, if you have a learning disability, you can get some help with that. If you're a student that owns your own business, or if you're a professional athlete, we also can help you make sure that you're still able to be successful in your studies. So we have a lot of different support. If you have a different situation and you're not sure about it, go ahead and reach out to us, let us know, and we'll definitely help you, walk you through and find the best way for you specifically.
Mhm.
And so I know I mentioned a few times that you can reach out. Where do you reach out to? Of course, you can always contact Avijit, but you can also contact us through our international support team. You can find the address here. the email address. And if you say, all right, I'm ready to apply, you can do that today. Just go to thomasmore.be and you can start your online application just like that. But yeah, I think now would be a nice time to open up to some questions, maybe.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah. Let's see if we have.
Yeah, we have some questions in the live
Oh,
comments.
yeah. We
Right.
have few questions for a while actually, so we will go back to that.
Yeah, so I see the last question is from Madhu Onabu, and he asked us if the student will pay the full tuition at once or semester-wise. So I can say that the students, the first invoice is for the first semester. Yeah, so that is then cleared out.
So you paid just the first semester tuition fee and then the second semester tuition fee in the next
You will
semester.
pay like when you will be in Belgium.
The second semester fee will come earlier than the second semester, but you start to pay with the first semester fee. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I see
So-
another question like, does the study gap matters to study? Doesn't matter at all. Yeah. So if you now are willing to come to Belgium, if you now have the great idea that, okay, now I will really study hard and do my best, you're welcome. Yeah. Study gap does not matter at all.
And I also saw someone asked if there was an age limit for enrollment, and that's also, we do not have an age limit for enrollment either.
No. Another question.
It seems like you are quite flexible actually. Like also like I would like to tell students from my own experience. Actually, the university, what they're looking for, they're looking for mainly what intention do you have. If you have really good intention for this study, then actually even I always say that there shouldn't be any age limit. Even if you are 50, you want to study now, no one can stop you, right? I mean, it's you. But if you have to be sure you really want to study, if you are sure you really want to study, then age doesn't a problem. You know,
And
you
I
can
think,
study at any age. And
yeah, definitely.
study gap. I know like why students are asking these questions. Even maybe sometimes some of these students, they think, okay, if I have a study gap, first of all, can I get the admission? And secondly, they think, can I get the residence permit? So I can tell them that like even any of the country's embassy, mostly they look for what's your intention of the study. If you can prove them you really want to study, then your study gap is not matter. But you have to prove them because you want to study, right? You have to make the connection. Okay, I want to want to study this because of this. You have to have good relation why you want to study this program. But if you cannot justify why you want to study this, then of course you will not be succeed. Even any country's migration will not allow you for the residence permit. So I'm just clarifying the experience from my own experiences. And
No, that's important. That's nice for us to hear your experience too.
yeah, because I mean, students they think, okay, sometimes if I have a study gap, maybe I will not get the residence permit. So actually, that is not the case. If they have proper reason, because some of the students sometimes after finishing 12 classes they go for the job. So they have valid reason why they did not study. It doesn't have to be like, okay, you have to study all the time, and then you have to be like you don't have any study gap. It's not like that. Study gap is okay, but if you have valid reason, this is what I'm trying to say.
Right. Okay.
If they have valid reason for the study gap, that will not be the matter. Even from migration perspective, you know. So anyway, so you can carry on.
I just realized also that I forgot to mention in my presentation that students can work up to 20 hours per week while they're studying in Belgium. So automatically with your student visa to live in Belgium, you'll also be allowed to work up to 20 hours.
Yeah, that's good, you know. So basically, like international students, I know they look for this opportunity because they would like to get their pocket money. So as long as they can work part-time over there, 20 hours in a week, then they can make their pocket money while they are studying. It's okay, you know.
Yeah,
Even
of
I did
course.
the thing while I was international students before.
Oh,
So,
really? Okay.
but however, I didn't work like when I was in Belgium. I didn't work. I was so busy with my study. As I told you before, like I was a student of Ghent University in Belgium.
Hmm. Yeah, I remember.
So I
Yeah.
was there for 6 months, but that time I didn't get the chance to do any job because that time even I was running this business. So basically, I was involved with my business on that time.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah.
around 2016. So before that, my company has started its journey.
Okay.
So
Nice.
basically, I was busy with my business. So yeah, that was the case. Anyway,
Right.
so
Yeah, of course. We want to make sure you're focusing on the studies first over the job. That's the most
yeah,
important
exactly. And
thing.
for
But
me, like the
yeah.
reason it happened because I was studying entrepreneurship. So why do you wanna study entrepreneurship if you cannot start up your own business? So for me, it was easy. You know, I had similar experiences, so I have used my knowledge for growing up for my own company, and
Yeah,
that was
that's
the
awesome.
reason I have started the company. Anyway, so we can come back to the question. We have here
I
more
I saw
questions.
another one about the IELTS level. Yeah.
Yes.
So you do have to prove your English proficiency, and it can be done by an IELTS test or another test that you can find on our website. And the IELTS level that we require is 6.0.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that is a good thing about Thomas More University is that even if you have IELTS 6 in total, that would be absolutely fine. They don't
Yeah.
require any specific component. You have to have this much point. As long as your total score thing for the students, I'm just clarifying them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
one of the students is asking, is it possible to get admission without IELTS? I think it's no, right? But
No.
You would
No.
if you could take a different test.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Uh, Maybe if you have are a holder of a diploma from an international school, it might be possible, but it's up to admission to see if they accept you or not. So it's not the automatic way to enter without an IELTS test or something else. Yeah.
for an example, like I'm just asking, like in some countries, they do the exemptions if the students studied, let's say Australia, UK,
Yeah.
Canada, USA, in those countries, if they studied in those countries previously, in that case, based on that, can they get any exemption? I'm just asking both of you.
Yeah, normally they can. So if they have an international diploma out of a country, an English speaking country, yeah, then it is not required. But in all the other cases, we do require an English proficiency test. And it's not, why do we do this? Because we want that the students can really study hard and that they could get good results and that they
Mhm.
can benefit from scholarships and so on. So therefore, it's really important that they are at least at the B2 level from the European framework, which
Mhm.
corresponds with an IELTS 6.0.
Mhm.
No, that's good. You know, I mean, without IELTS, I mean, it's like one of the provement, like you are good in English. Because
Yeah,
if your English is not good, how will you gonna study there? That makes sense.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
Even you cannot study, even though for some reason maybe you got the admission, but you cannot study there. You cannot finish it. To be
Mhm.
honest,
Yeah.
yeah.
you have to be
You're-
good in English.
mhm.
So here's another question. It is asking regarding students from Africa, especially Cameroon and Nigeria, what are the prerequisites for a bachelor's applicant?
So it's the same for those students as well. You just need to have the language requirement. So to have some sort of language test like IELTS or TOEFL showing you have a B2 level of English, and then you need to have your secondary school diploma.
Mhm.
From if it's the secondary school from Cameroon or Nigeria, then that's also fine as long as you would be able to access higher education in that country with the degree that or with your high school diploma.
Mhm.
So
Also, is application open for autumn 20? autumn semester 2020. I think we answered this question, but you can
Yes,
say
it's
one more
still
time.
open.
Still, it is open.
Yeah,
So,
it's open. So we don't have like a set deadline. You can actually apply up until the semester starts in mid-September, though, especially if you're coming from outside of Europe, we recommend applying as soon as possible. So you make sure you
mhm.
have enough time to get your paperwork in order. We also have a welcome week the week before classes start. So you can also plan ahead for that, that you might want to come a week earlier so you can benefit from all of that.
Okay. So here's one of the question from one of the students. He's saying BBA, MBA, LLB done. He has done BBA, MBA, and LLB. One
Okay.
thing, LLM, cost for LLM, how to build up career in Belgium, and also LLM is studying English. Uh, Medium, please inform me. I think you do not have anything in LLB. I mean, law related, right?
No, we don't have an LLM program, no.
Okay. So unfortunately, I mean, we have to tell the students actually it is not for him actually. So you will have to find something else actually. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but there's a lot of different universities in Belgium, so I think you could find an option for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
IELTS requirement. We answered that question. Pays the tuition fees.
Hmm.
Get admission without IELTS. So here is one interesting question. Does the university has any internal English assessment system to test a student's proficiency level?
No, we don't have. But if you're now worried that you can't reach an IELTS test center or whatever, we do accept also the online testing. So there are nowadays, especially in these COVID times, opportunities to get an online English test. So yeah, no need to worry if you want to get your IELTS test or another one online.
Okay. So here it is as so Kaushal Rahul. He has asked if anyone completed his bachelor in English, is IELTS mandatory for him?
That's a good question, actually.
Yeah, it depends on the country where he have studied. So if it is, if you obtained an English language diploma in secondary or higher education in UK, United States of America, New Zealand, Austria, Canada, Ireland, the Caribbean islands, and South Africa, it is okay. If it is in another country, the best you can do is then contact our admission service to figure out if this is also the case in your country. Yeah, to be really sure.
Mhm. No, so I think the students mainly asking like maybe what I can understand from his question that maybe he did his bachelor level in
Hmm.
English program. So he did like a bachelor in or bachelor honors in English literature.
Hmm.
So can he come without IELTS? That's his question.
I
I mean, he did his bachelor in English literature.
In
where?
English literature,
Let's say
okay,
from Bangladesh or India.
Oh, okay.
I think if he has already finished a kind of bachelor, like you said, a bachelor in English, then there is no need for an English test, I suppose.
So then he could be exempted, right?
Yeah, I think so.
What
Okay.
I would say maybe it's best though to contact our admissions team just
Yeah.
to be a 100%
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So it's admissions@thomasmore.be. You can also reach out to us and if you want, and I can send you the email address. But you better just contact them, I think, to be 100% sure.
Hmm. No, surely. So in that case, you can contact with us, and if you contact with us, then we will contact with the university, and we will let you know. Actually, if you are really interested, you can contact with us.
And
So
we'd be
that's
happy to have you.
yeah, exactly. Um, so also, this person he's asking Modhu. He's asking Nigeria official language is English. Same with the southern part of Cameroon, where the students have studied all their life in English and have their diplomas in English. So they still needs the English text exams or not?
Yeah, I'm afraid so, as they're not on the list of the countries I mentioned before. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid they really have to prove, and I can understand it is something weird for them because they are having done all their studies already in English. So why still confirm that you were well in English? But yeah, for some reason they're very strict on that. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think it's not in your list. I think in universities list, this is what I have seen so far. It's like UK, Australia, Canada, USA, maybe something like that, but
Yeah,
not
yeah,
Nigeria, unfortunately.
yeah,
So yeah, so in that case, actually, so I know we do understand IELTS. It takes I mean, it takes some money to give the exam actually, but
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, actually, it's a good thing for the students to prove themselves they're good in English,
Mhm.
and also
yeah.
it will help them in future.
Yes.
So
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because this is something that, or also, yeah, if you want to work later on, this is also where some of the firms are looking for that you can really have, yeah, a proof of that. So some
yeah,
firms really ask for a test as well.
yeah, surely, no
So the
problem.
money is never less. It's really an investment. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a good thing, if they have IELTS, it's a good thing for them for long time. So I mean, though it will cost them some money, I'm sorry, but I mean, it's good anyway for long run for the students.
Yeah.
And if they're really good in English, then I think students shouldn't be scared for that, right?
Yeah.
That's another issue, right? So okay, so could you please tell me about, like, as far as I know, like, if students wants to study in Belgium, they need to have block account as well. So Megan, if you could elaborate us about the block account.
Yeah, so if you are applying for a student visa to come to Belgium, then you need to provide what's called a proof of solvency to show that you can support yourself financially while you're living here. So there's two ways to do that. The way that we recommend is through the blocked account, like you said. For that, you need to pay a certain amount of money. I believe that it's around like 9,000 euros. And that's for the entire academic year. You'll be getting payments from that amount every month to help support yourself during your stay. So by the end, you'll actually have been reimbursed all of that money except for a 100 euro administrative fee. And you'll need, once you pay that money into the blocked account, then we'll give you a certification saying that you have proved your solvency, and you'll need that document when you apply for your student visa. So if you're going through the student visa process, keep that in mind, that you'll need to give yourself some time to get that document. We say if you're having an appointment at the embassy or the consulate, to try to apply for all of that at least 3 weeks before, so that you can give time for the money to transfer over. For example, from banks outside of Europe to banks inside of Europe, it can sometimes take a while to actually go through. So just make sure you're planning ahead with all of that.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, but they don't have to stress about the procedure of the block account because our admission service gives all the information. So it's really easy if they got this information. Yeah, so no stress about the blocked accounts.
So how much in total they will have to put in a block account?
I think it's on
9,000
9,000.
something.
No,
I think, I
9,000.
believe,
9,000 euro, I think, right?
yeah, I believe it's around that.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact
No,
amount off the
understand.
top of my head, but
Understand. Yeah.
um,
So
then they'll be getting payments from that account every month. I think it's about 700 euros. So it's not enough to actually, in most cases, pay for everything. So you want to know that you have some money besides that as well to pay for your housing and things like that.
so then actually like so they will get that money in 12 months, right? When they will be in Belgium, they will get back money from the university in 12 months. The money
Yes.
they have deposited in block account. Am I
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll get it all
Okay.
back except for 100 euros. So
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Even I think it's good to let the students know that like even if your visa has been cancelled for some reason, I think then they get all of their money back apart from 100 euro.
Yes. Yes. So they don't need to stress about that either. If there is a problem, we send them the money back. Just not the 100 euro, but all the other money will be transferred later on
So
to them.
that's really good. That's really good for the students. So they don't have to lose actually that much money.
yeah.
No, no, absolutely not.
Cause and also from my own experiences, I mean, what I know, like in Belgium, when students are applying for residence permit, basically, I mean, Belgium migration, they ask for two types of documents. Either students will have to pay the money in block account, or they will have to have someone who can sponsor themselves.
Exactly. Yes.
So, from my own experiences, even when I went to Belgium for my study purposes, I was in Sweden, so I had to actually take the residence permit. So, from Sweden, I mean, from Sweden, I mean, especially from like Belgium embassy, anyway.
Yeah.
So the fact is that so that time actually, even myself, I have sent the I mean money for 6 months in Ghent University's account. So then when I have applied for my visa, it was so easy because I already have sent the money over there. So then for the embassy, it's easy to trust me that I have intention and I have my visa approved for my university.
Yes.
But if students wants to show their sponsor, also they can do that. But for me, like I always ask the students, don't do that. Send the money to the university's block account. It will increase your chances to get the residence permit. Because if you show someone for your sponsor, in that case, migration, they will ask you so many questions. How do you know these sponsors, why they're sponsoring you, and so many things. But if you send the money to university's account, it will save you time. I mean, it will arise less questions actually. That's a technique actually. What I'm discussing with them actually,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I had same experiences when I was international students. So from my experience, I would really recommend the international students. Please, if you got admission, please pay your tuition fees and send the block account money in university's account. It will increase your chances to get the residence permit.
Definitely.
No,
Yes.
I just wanted to share my experiences, you
Yeah.
know.
No.
Yeah.
And that's why we really strongly recommend that students do the blocked account procedure.
Exactly. That's really good. That's really good. Anik, you wanted to say something?
No, I saw that there was also a question for the annual fee for bachelor in software engineering.
Yes.
I just wanted to say that all our bachelor degrees are on the same amount. So it's
Yes.
always 6,200 for
200.
one year, and it doesn't matter which program you choose.
Yes. It's all same. No, that's good. That's good. No, because sometimes I know students they ask these questions because in some countries, um, tuition fees varies from program to program. In some countries, like especially
Yeah.
like if you want to study like IT programs, like engineering programs, then you have to pay more.
Hmm.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
think students think about that. Therefore, they're
Right.
asking
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So let's see if we have any more questions. Could you also elaborate us about accommodation in your university for the students, please?
Yeah, so we actually we can help you out a bit. We have a housing database on our website where you can find information about housing. We do have some on-campus housing, but it's first come, first serve. So once the other options are to find some place to live in the surrounding area, in the town. And that's what we have on our housing database. You can already search on there and see like, oh, do I want to have a private bathroom or do I want to have a private kitchen? And then you can see kind of the range of what the prices are, what the options are.
Mm-hmm.
In my presentation, I mentioned that we estimate between 290 euros to 480 euros per month for your housing, but it could be higher or lower depending on your own preferences. We also have somebody in our student services who can help students when they're looking for housing as well. So we definitely try to support you in that whole process.
So no, the reason what I'm asking, like, so university has its own accommodation system.
We do have some on-campus housing, but it is limited. So it's just the students who sign up for it first get their places and so on until it's full. To be honest, we don't have a ton of on-campus housing, but there is a lot of student housing in the area where our campus is located.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of different options.
All right. So either way, they, I mean, the purpose will be served. I mean, they can stay in somewhere, so there will not be any problem.
Yeah,
At this
we'll
point.
definitely help them as well if
Okay,
they need that. Yeah.
that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Um, Also, one of the questions we got here, like, mm, is there any chance to get post study work? I mean, PSW. I mean, can students get post study work visa after finishing their degree?
Yeah, so the students in Belgium, what you can do is that you have your student visa, which is valid for 1 year. So in your final year of studies, you'll have some time after your final exams before your visa expires. And during that time, you do have a chance to look for some work opportunities. So you can either have a company sponsor your work permit, which would allow you to stay in Belgium and continue working. Or you also have, I guess, like what you did, Avijit, to start your own company. You can become a
Yeah.
freelancer as well, and you can apply to stay in Belgium based on your status as a freelancer. So you would definitely want to start looking into that before you graduate. Give yourself some time in advance to look at different jobs. If you wanted to do a freelance company, then you do have a process for that. So you definitely want to get started early beforehand. Yeah. But as far as an actual visa just to stay in Belgium to look for work, that won't be an option for them. It would be something they need to do before their student visa expires.
So no, I think as we discussed it yesterday, I think they can stay 1 year, isn't it? After finishing their degree.
I'm sorry, Avit, can you
After
please
finishing
repeat?
their bachelor, can they stay 1 more year over there?
So there is a European legislation that says that
Mhm.
every European country should allow the students to have at least 1 year
Mhm.
afterwards.
Finishing their
But in
degree.
Belgium, there is not yet a legislation for that. So I hope so that it will be done in 3 years. But from now,
Okay,
if you graduate now, this is not yet a possibility. Yeah.
understand. Understand.
But another option the students have is that in certain cases, they can actually apply for this type of visa in the Netherlands or in Germany. So they could stay and get this work visa based on their bachelor's degree at Thomas More, but unfortunately, just not in Belgium. It would be in the Netherlands or Germany are the only possibilities.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
understand.
But
Understand.
if that is really the goal, yeah, so then it is also a question to pick out a very good internship at the end of your study period, and to prepare already a stay. Yeah, you can go for an internship in the Netherlands, for instance, or in Germany, and then connect with companies over there. So
Mhm.
that's also a possibility for the students.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think actually there are lots of opportunities. If there is a will, there is opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And if the
If
company
you
is really,
want,
because this internship is really a time where you can prove yourself and prove your skills and prove that you fit in the company's spirit and whatever. And a lot of students then get hired afterwards, because for the company it is an ideal situation. They get to know the student, and
exactly.
then if there is a nice fit, yeah, they're happy to hire students. So
Yeah.
pick and choose very carefully where you do your internship, I would say.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, I know like lots of students, not only in Belgium, even in other countries, they did same thing. Like the clever students, like who knows, I mean, how to convince the employer. So while they're working for the company as an internee, then they have convinced the company actually. And
Hmm.
Yeah,
while they finish their internship, they got the offer from the company. So that's really one of the good technique actually students can use.
Mm, definitely.
So also, I have a question to you. Like, can students bring their family with them, like while they are studying there?
I'm sorry. Yeah, so you can
So,
do like
can can
it
students bring their family?
they can bring their family, but it depends. It might honestly be a bit difficult when you're doing a bachelor's degree to actually bring your
Mhm.
family with you. The process takes a bit of time. So certainly if you're doing like a 1 year program, it wouldn't be done actually in time for you to finish your studies. Excuse me. If you're doing a bachelor's program, you would need to like show that you can financially support your family while they're there. So I think that might depend on your own situation as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But
Understand.
I would really recommend that the students start their studies, and while they're then in Belgium, that they then look out to bring over the rest of the family. It will be more convenient for them to see what the possibilities are than doing this whole process from abroad before starting the studies.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know actually. Let's see. I think we have few more questions here actually. Like, um, Hossein, what's the deadline for masters in Belgium?
So actually, we don't offer any master's degrees in English in our programs. Excuse me, we do have our abridged bachelor's degrees and our postgraduate certificates, and we don't actually have a deadline for the application. So you can apply up until the semester starts in mid-September. Obviously, though, if you need to apply for a student visa, it's better to do it much earlier to give yourself enough time for all of that process. Yeah. But if you're looking for a master's at somewhere else in Belgium, you would have to look with them what their deadlines are. It could be that they're already passed. Yeah.
Surely, we have one question more here. Like, what's the better option for bank statement, fixed deposit or savings account?
Um, do you mean like when you open a bank account in Belgium or for applying for
No,
your student?
I think they meant it like when they are applying for the residence permit.
Okay. Um, yeah, so when you're applying for the residence permit, just interrupt me if I'm misunderstanding, but when you're applying for the student visa, then you'll do the blocked account procedure, which is where you pay an amount and then we'll have it in an account and pay you per month that money back. So I don't think that that's either. I'm not sure if that's a fixed deposit or what. It's more just like you would open your own checking account in Belgium, and that would be the account that you receive the money into from the blocked account at Thomas More.
Mhm.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, I think actually
Yeah.
like here whether students is opening a fixed deposit or like savings account. To be honest, that's not a matter. The main fact is that as a students, you have to send the money to the university's block account. So that's
Mhm.
the main important fact. In
Yes.
I mean migration, they're not going to look for like whether you are keeping money in your bank. I mean savings account or your FDR. because there is not that chance actually, because you are sending already money to the university's account. So then actually even you don't have to show your bank account.
Exactly.
That's not really necessary for Belgium if
Mhm.
they send the money to university's account already.
Yes,
So
exactly.
as
Yeah.
you mentioned it before that, like as soon as university will send the money to the university's account, then you will give them a certificate, like you have gotten their money. So actually, that's the important proof for the students to get their residence permit.
Yes, very
So
important.
then you can tell the migration that okay, so I have paid my tuition fees, I have paid my tuition fees. I send the money for my living purposes in university's account. So now, can I get the residence permit? And then they say, yes, you can, right? The
Exactly.
thing,
Yes.
Yeah.
then they will be ready. So in that case, I mean, the students, whoever is asking this, I will tell him, please, if you plan for a study in Belgium, in that case, please send the money to university's account. That will be wise idea.
Yes, I think so.
Otherwise, it will raise so many questions.
Yeah, it'll be a smoother process for sure.
No, yeah, dear audience, we'll be here for a couple of more minutes. So we are like end of our event today, you know. So I'm just telling the audiences. So if you have any more questions, feel free to ask us. We are here. We have three special guests, Megan and Annick from Thomas More University in Belgium. So please feel free to ask your questions and quickly. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask. Then they will give you all of the answers. Okay. Thank you. So
And thank you, everyone, for all of the questions that you asked. It's definitely been a really nice experience being here with you guys.
no, yeah, it's nice, you know, like when you work. I mean, and it's a good opportunity for the students because
Yeah.
this is what we want. We want our students to get to know from the university because you know, like most of the things, to be honest, I can tell the students it's not a matter. But the fact is, when they hear from the university, they think, okay, it's even better, you know, and they can get real experiences from the universities.
Exactly.
So through this event, they are getting the opportunities to talk to the university's representative.
Mhm.
Otherwise, sometimes they cannot speak to you right directly. I mean, you both are always busy, so anyway, so they don't get that chance all the time.
Exactly.
So through this event, we want to share the knowledge with the students. So even this video will be saved in our profile. So
Great.
even later on, whoever has missed this event today, they can come and they can see the events, and then maybe they will be interested to study in Thomas More University.
Yeah, we definitely hope so. We'd love to see you guys
Yeah,
here in
exactly. You
Yeah.
know,
September.
You're all
no,
welcome.
it will be
Absolutely.
actually. It will be because I mean, due to current facts. I mean, how about current situation actually in Belgium? I mean,
With what?
based on Corona situation, how is it going on in Belgium?
With Corona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's as of now, things are opening up a bit more. So, like, you have restaurants, of course, in a regulated way, open and things like that. On our campus, we still are actually working remotely, and the students are having their exams remotely as of now. And we're still looking into what it's going to be like in September. But we're ready for whatever is going to happen. If we need to do things online, then we're ready to do that. It could also be that there's some sort of mix for the students, that they might have some courses online and some in person. But we have on our website a page, it's called FAQ Corona. And there we have a lot of different information, questions you might have related to that, things like travel. What do you need to do to be able to travel to Belgium, for example? So we update that regularly. And if you look at that on our webpage, you might want to just bookmark that and then just check it every once in a while, and see how things are going. Yeah.
Anik, I have a question to you. As far as we have spoken last time, I've asked you a question regarding: do you have any updates from Belgium embassy in Delhi?
For the moment, I don't have any news about that, but I know
Okay.
that in the European Union, as we are acting as a whole group, yeah, that they probably will open the borders again in July. So I think
Okay.
that this will be very soon, and that from then on, all the embassies will reopen so that students can get their visa.
Exactly.
And there was also a recommendation from the European Union, which said that the student movement, so the students who are coming or who have to travel for their studies, that it's really seen as an essential travel. So not a non-essential, but an essential. So I think that it will reopen very soon in July. And we really expect that because we really hope that all the students from outside of Europe can drop in and be there in September.
Yeah.
All right. We hope so. We hope so. We are hoping for. Hoping everything will be sorted soon, and all of our students from different parts they can join to the university very
Right.
soon.
Yeah.
We hope for that as well. So we have two more questions here. Like, do I need send tuition fee and accommodation expenses together? Megan, please.
No, you don't need to send them together. So in most cases, excuse me, your accommodation probably could be on the private market or whatever. So that'll be a separate thing from your tuition fee. Yeah.
Okay, but I think we have to be clear with him that like you have to send block account if
Hmm.
you have to send the block account and tuition fees.
Yes.
This
Yes.
is what you have to do.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. But the blocked account
And
will be sooner than the tuition fee.
yeah,
That-
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And Rakib Hossain, he's asking, there is chance for masters in marketing or international business, and any they accept PTE.
Actually, I'm not familiar with PTE.
Oh, it's like it's like similar of IELTS actually. IELTS, TOEFL, and PT. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't
So it's
know-
also an
I don't know
English
what-
language test.
yeah, English language testing system. So I think we have to be clear with these students anyway. First of all, right now we are talking with Thomas More University. Those are located in Belgium, but unfortunately, the university do not have masters. I mean, marketing masters in marketing. So basically, anyway, we can. I mean, this university will not appropriate for you.
Yeah,
So
but sorry to interrupt, but we do have a couple of options, not a master's degree, but we have a postgraduate certificate called the Content Strategy and Customer Experience. So it's like a very
mhm,
specialized aspect of marketing. So that could maybe be interesting for you. It's a one
yes,
semester program. So it's not you wouldn't have a master's degree afterwards, you would have a certificate. And then our other option, we have short bachelor's degree programs. So we do offer that as a 1 year, the International Business and Trade program as a 1 year short bachelor's degree. So if you already have a bachelor's degree in a related field, then you could come and do that second bachelor's degree here. It's not a master's, but you still get a lot of benefits from that. You have that
mhm.
chance to network in Belgium, to build up that professional network here and to look for jobs here in Europe. So definitely still a lot of advantages. Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true. I mean, there's a good thing to mention actually.
Yeah.
Also, I think we should mention that like even in, I know like as we discussed earlier, like from some of the countries, students finish their bachelor in 3 years. So sometimes they would like to add one more year maybe. So
Exactly.
then they can study in like your final year in Belgium.
Yes.
As this is the things we have discussed yesterday actually.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So little bit.
Oh, sorry.
Could you elaborate like a final year bachelor degree for
Uh,
these
s-
students?
elaborate about the The 1-year bachelor's
Final year
degree?
bachelor degree, like short course, the things we have discussed yesterday.
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, the short bachelor's degree or the abridged program, it's a 1-year
Hmm.
bachelor's degree if you already have a bachelor's degree in a related
Exactly.
field. So, for example, if you already have a degree in business management, you could
Yes.
come and you could do a 1-year program in tourism and leisure, and then you would have that second bachelor's degree in just one academic year. So it's based on the background that you already have. We'll take a look at your prior studies, and then based on that, we'll decide if you're eligible to enter one of those short programs. But yeah, it's a really nice way to add another skill set and to get the exposure also to the environment in Belgium as well.
Yeah, I think it will be really great opportunity for the students. And also, for an example, as we discussed before, like some of the countries students, they do have 3 years bachelor degree, therefore they cannot go for sometimes master's program directly in some countries.
Yeah.
So from Thomas More University, they can take that opportunity. So
Yes.
basically they will have bachelor degree from their home country, and also they will have
Mhm.
bachelor degree from Thomas More University in Belgium. And then
Yeah.
so basically they will have two bachelor degree, and then they can easily go for the master's degree
Yeah.
anywhere of the world.
The one thing I would say though is just make sure that if that's your goal, that you do check with that master's degree program in advance, just to make sure that that's going to be enough for you to enter into the program. You don't want to do all that and then find out that it wasn't actually the case. So, because I know different countries and different universities, they can have
Exactly.
different standards. So don't assume just because a university in the Netherlands said that that would be okay for a master's program, don't assume that it would then also be okay in like Canada or something like that.
Exactly.
You
No,
should
that's true.
definitely
That's
check with
true.
them directly. Yeah.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
We're all about planning ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they have to,
Yeah.
because let's see if we have any more questions here. I'm just looking if we have any
Yeah.
questions here or more.
Um, and I suppose that you probably will mention this to the students as well, but we do have an online open campus day on the 27th of June.
Yes.
So then they can come and they can actually talk with virtually, talk with
Mhm.
the lecturers from the programs with current students as well. And you can really get into the details of what exactly the courses are that you would take and things like that. So that's on the 27th of June, and you can find it on our website. Or of course, you can just reach out to Avijit and he can send it to you.
Yeah, that will be really great. I think as the audience, you have here like from Megan that like they will have a event. So if you join that event, actually, you will know about the university virtually. And
Hmm.
if you have any questions about the programs, about anything about university, you can ask them
Hmm.
over the online, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So those that will be really great opportunity for all of the students. I mean, those are
Mhm.
looking forward to study in Belgium. So I
Definitely. Yeah.
think it will be really great experience for the students. I will definitely, I mean, recommend all of the students. Please join the event.
All right. Great. Send them our way. We'll be there.
No, surely, we are looking forward for it. We are looking
Yeah.
forward for it.
Definitely. Definitely.
Hopefully, everything will be fine. Just because right now everything is a bit slow, as all of us we can understand due to corona issues.
Mhm.
But other than that, I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully everything will be fine. Other than that, as soon as Europe will open the border for
Mhm.
international people, so hopefully everything will be starting working out.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it's also important to keep in mind for the students. Some of our programs, they do have some different ways of working possible for the students in the fall. So if you go to our website and you look at your programs page, they'll have some information about coronavirus specifically. And some
Hmm.
programs have come up with a way to do part of it remotely. For example, if the student couldn't get there in September, only by October, there is possibility, depending on the program, that they might be able to start their classes remotely, and then once they're able to come to Belgium, then they can do the in-person classes. And then, of course, the February start date is also an option. If you're not able to come in September, you might be able to start in February instead. So yeah, we're trying to be flexible and adaptable given the circumstances.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do understand. No, because that's really a great thing to hear from the university, because you are trying your best to help the international students. Actually, that's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, what else you can do more?
I know. Yeah.
This year, it's really unfortunate. I mean, no one was ready with ready for the coronavirus. I mean, it was really, really unexpected things happened in this year. Unfortunately, I mean,
Yes.
none of us knew more about things, but other
Yes.
than that, everything was good.
Yeah.
So anyway, so far, I mean, so far we are end of the event today.
Mhm.
I think we got enough questions, and thank you so much to both of you for coming and joining in this session. I know both of you are really, really busy. It was really, really nice conversation with both of you, and I think our students have learned lots of things about Thomas More University and about Belgium.
Excellent.
Hey.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So, Megan, would you mind to send me the presentation, like the one you had today?
Oh, yeah,
Whenever you
definitely.
get, send me the presentation. So it will be nice for me if I have this one. Because of course I have one, but maybe that one was previous format. So if I have recent one, it will be nice.
Okay, sounds good. I'll send it to you right away.
Please.
Okay, great.
So if you have final comments for the audiences, for the students, please, Megan.
Yeah, just that we're very excited that you all came to the event today. We're really happy to answer all of your questions, and definitely reach out if you have any more questions that come up later on. We're really dedicated to supporting our international students. We know that the transition is a challenge sometimes, and we're really here to support you. So anything big or small, definitely reach out to us, and we'll do everything we can to work with you.
All right.
And we hope to see you on campus in September.
Yeah. And if you have any final words for the students, please.
Well, I think that Megan said it so beautifully. What can I still add? Yeah, but no, we really hope that they can come and that we see some of the names we had here in the chat box, that we see them in September again on our enrollment list.
Definitely.
All right. We hope so. We hope everything will be sorted out, especially I mean, I know we have so many students, but to be honest, I was just wondering about the current situation.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as hopefully the border will be open, and as we discussed earlier, in India, the embassy will be open for the work, then we can. Still, we have time. We are hoping for that.
Yes.
We hope we can make it in September. But if for some reason, if we cannot make it in September, then definitely we'll make it for February.
Yeah, and they just have to reach out, because we do have these 4 or 5 programs which really start in February, but some other programs which were not in the list for February also have a possibility to have a start in any way. So just reach out, and we will see how we can solve the problems that some students are encountering.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And I will let them know, actually. I will let the students know, actually. I mean, more updates about the Belgium and more updates about Thomas More University. We'll definitely do that.
Okay. Thank you.
So we are end of the session today. So finally I would like to thank Anik and Megan for your valuable time here. I hope all of our audiences, all of our students from different parts of the world, they have enjoyed your session, and they have learned lots of things about Thomas More University and about Belgium a lot. So dear students, please, if you have any questions even after that, feel free to contact us. On the screen you can see our website. You have our so I would like to finish our program today here. I would like to say, everyone, have a nice evening and take care wherever we are, and Same for you too. Take care and have a great weekend
Bye.
ahead.
Yeah.
You
Take care.
too.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye.